Hey guys, this is John from Good Name Gone. Okay, so today I'm going to do a video real quick about criminal identity theft. And the reason I'm doing about criminal identity theft is because it's the type of identity theft that most people do not understand or know exactly what it is. When I tell people that I was a victim of criminal identity theft, they're like, well, isn't all identity theft criminal? And yeah, it really is, but there's a specific type of identity theft called criminal identity theft. And that's the type where somebody uses your information, like when they get arrested or for purposes of putting the blame on you maybe, or just getting out of, the criminal charges that should be applying to them. I'll give you a quick example. Okay, so somebody's driving down the street one day and a cop pulls them over and they're speeding. Okay, so this person has your information. Maybe it's a relative, maybe it's just a friend, maybe it's somebody you don't know at all. Maybe they got your information off the dark web with all these breaches that have been going on the last couple of years. It's a very high possibility. So anyways, they get pulled over, they have your information. Cop pulls up and says, hey, we got you doing 75 into 55. And he writes a ticket. They give the cop your information instead of their information. Now, it could be an ID that they have made with their picture on it with all your information, or it could just be, hey, I left my license at home, but here's my information. And the cop verifies it, boom. Now you have a ticket and you don't even know you have a ticket. They leave the traffic stop, there's nothing on them, you have no idea. So 6 months later, you get pulled over, and all of a sudden you're arrested for a suspended driving on a suspended, but yet you haven't had a ticket in 10 years. And you're like, how did this happen? Well, here's how it happened. The guy got the ticket, or the lady, whatever. The person got the ticket, they got it in your name. It went to court. You didn't show up for court because you didn't know you had a ticket. You get the fine, you don't pay the fine, license suspended. Next thing you know, you're driving on a suspended license, you have no idea. That's a pretty mild case when it comes up to criminal identity theft. Criminal identity theft is actually called the silent assassin of identity theft, because 9 times out of 10, the victim has no idea it's ever happened to them. Happened to me. 6 years, I had no idea. Mine is an extreme case. In my case, the guy got, it was first a robbery. He had, I think, stolen from Target or robbed somebody in the parking lot at Target or something. Anyways, it was a robbery charge at a Target. That's all I really know. And he was a fugitive for another crime. He was actually a fugitive for a murder charge in another, I think in Plano, Texas. But he was in El Paso, Texas. So anyways, which is my hometown. I don't know if he gave them my information or they gave him my information. I don't know what went down, but somehow or another, he was in jail for a robbery under my name. Okay, so he pleads guilty and gets put on probation. Well, actually, I'm on probation, have no idea, right? So I don't go see the probation officer. I know nothing about it. Now I got charged against me and warrants. The warrants are for not seeing my probation officer. Well, the same dude gets about, I don't know, maybe 3 months later, he gets stopped. He had just stolen a vehicle. He had possession of narcotics. He ran from the police, all this stuff. Well, they take him in. He uses my information again. By now, he knows my information because it's all on all the paperwork from his previous arrest. So on that one, he gets bonded out. Who knows who bonds him out? I don't know. All under my name. He skips town. He's gone. Warrants out for my arrest because I don't go to a court. In fact, I was, what do they call it? Convicted in absence or something like that because I didn't go to court. So I was convicted and they had warrants out for my arrest. Later on down the road, he finally gets stopped again. They find out that he's not me, that he's him. And they take him back to Plano, Texas for his murder charge, which he gets convicted for. But now I'm his alias, so I get convicted of that. Meanwhile, I know none of this. I'm living in Virginia, sitting there thinking everything's good, and wondering why I can't get a job anywhere. The reason I can't get a job is because my background check shows all these crimes on my record. Eventually, I had 7 felonies on my record because they got me all mixed up with him. And I had a robbery, possession of narcotics, evading police, stolen vehicle, capital murder, something to do with organized criminal activity, and I believe identity theft. Ironic, right? So the thing is, it took me 6 years to find out. And the only reason I found out is because one of the jobs that I applied for, which I was super qualified for, and had hookups, and I knew people there and everything like that, when they ran the background check on me, they actually told me, hey, this is on your background check. What is this all about? In fact, your background check shows that you're in prison right now. Nobody had done that for me before. Who knows how many jobs I did not get because of my background check. Because they just don't call you. They're on to the next. Here you go, next guy. And it could be happening to you. Are you having a hard time getting a job? It's possible. I mean, it's scary. And the thing is these, like, let's say Discover, they do identity monitoring and all that stuff. They really don't do it. They do credit monitoring. And the credit monitoring is basically to cover their butts and yours for financial reasons. Same thing with your bank, same thing with any other credit cards. They do credit monitoring. The only ones that actually do identity monitoring, and the ones that, God, I wish I had them back then, is companies like LifeLock, I think ID Shield, stuff like that. Because they monitor not only financial records and credit bureaus and stuff like that, but they also monitor court records, criminal activity on your record and stuff like that. And I highly suggest that you get one of those. Personally, at my website, goodnamegone.com, which you can read my whole story there. And it's pretty interesting to see everything that transpired and I'm trying to make it short right now, but it's pretty intricate how it all worked out. But at my website, I actually have been able to offer discounts for LifeLock. And they, if you sign up there, you get a discount. And I believe right now they're doing 10% off and I think 30 days free. This switches all the time, all the promotions. But anyways, so I got that going there for you if you so choose. I highly suggest it. If you don't have an identity monitoring service and criminal identity theft happens to you, you will not know it until it's too late. Because that's what happened to me, and I don't want to see it happen to anybody else. You have no idea all the suffering that went on because of this. I ended up homeless. I lost everything. I mean, completely everything. I was living on the streets in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Horrible, and had no idea why. Depression, this and that. And then once I did find out, it took me like another 3 or 4 years to get it cleared off my record. Because, I mean, it's already out there. You have to go through an expungement process or an expuncture, depending on which way they try to tackle it for you. And you have to have advocates. I had Identity Theft Resource Center in California as advocate. Brian Falco was my caseworker, and he did an amazing job. He basically helped me get my life back. And so, hi, Brian, if you're watching, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you. It's horrible. I don't want it to happen to anybody else. So please safeguard your identity. Be aware that this is a possibility. Criminal identity theft is real, and it's getting more and more common. Especially, like I said, with all the data breaches that have gone and stuff, your information is already out on the dark web. All somebody has to do is get it and have your information, and they can do what was done to me. You don't want it to happen. Stay vigilant. Safeguard your identity. Get an identity monitoring service. It's like $8, $9, $10 a month, and it's well worth it. All right, until next time, you guys have a good day. Be safe, be vigilant. Take care. Peace.